Sergey, break a leg, good luck.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. It's cool to be here. It's cool to see so many bright heads there and having fruitful time offline finally. So my name is Martinkevich Sergey. I'm publishing lead from Azur Games, and as well as I'm head of Azur Games Belarus department. And I will share with you some insights and some showcases. We'll share some showcases, how we do games with our partners, and maybe I will try to bust some myths about hyper-casual genre. So I hope you will enjoy it. Azur Games is a mid-core and hyper-casual game developer and publisher, and we've been publishing games for years, and we have managed to hit this crazy milestone, 2 billion downloads totally, and with more than 100 launched games and with 30 million daily active players. So we have both mid-core titles, hyper-casual, puzzles, and as you see, 100 and more launched games. So this year, we managed to become top 3 publisher due to downloads. And you see we compete with really tough guys, Saplavin, Voodoo, Iron Source, Crazy Labs, and many, many more. And I want to speak about hyper-casual today because this genre is very interesting, very deeper than it may seem. And I will try to bust some myth because even the topic loan revenue, there is a myth that hyper-casual is not about loan revenue, is not about loan partnership. There is a myth that you should just become top chart game. You manage somehow to boost it, and in 6 or 12 months you will stop receiving any revenue. But I will show you real cases how we do it, and real cases of games and their revenue and for how long. For example, Old But Gold game, I call it Stack Ball game. We published it almost 3 years ago, and with almost 400 million downloads and $40 million of ad revenue. The game looks pretty old-fashioned, but still, even right now, we have about 5-10 million downloads monthly, and this game is still profitable. And what is interesting is that this game is a classical example of hyper-casual. What is hyper-casual? It's a low entry threshold games with very simple mechanics, well understandable, with good action response feeling. And what about Stack Ball? It's pretty simple game, how the magic happens, how it still can be profitable for so long time. Once again, for almost 3 years, it's a simple hyper-casual game. Because this action response feel is almost perfect. We made dozens of A/B tests just by testing how the platforms break, how this ball goes down, and it's all about a very deep data-driven A/B testing approach. So if you hear someday that hyper-casual is not serious and you can't earn in the long run, so just remember about this Old But Gold title, Stack Ball. Of course, if you speak about hyper-casual, there are some obvious troubles. The genre is very competitive, and it grows. It always grows. For example, for last 4 years, arcades, simulations, lifestyle apps have grown not even twice. What about hyper-casual? It has grown 3 times, from 25 million active users per month till 75 million active users per month right now. So right now, hyper-casual genre is the most popular genre, as well as first-person shooters, but we are lucky to do both. So we see how these genres are transforming, how they becoming more mature, and so on. One more Old But Gold title with very long revenue, Bottle Jump 3D. We launched it as well almost 3 years ago, and it has 123 million downloads. And it's not even a unique game. It wasn't even a unique game. There were several mechanics like that, but our partner managed to do very competitive and good product. Once again, because of mutual trust, because of many A/B tests, because we went deep in development, and it allowed us to get game which still in 2021 receive about 3-4 million downloads monthly and give us good revenue. So once again, hyper-casual title, pretty old one, but still profitable and still interesting. What about non-trivial cases? What about non-trivial cases to show that the genre is deeper than it may look? Our title, Warm Zone. It is the craziest title, and I really like it. The story is that this title had been tested for many times before we tested it with different publishers. And all publishers rejected this game because of CPI $1 United States. It was crazy CPI several years ago. But we decided to go deeper because we were in very good relations with the partner, and we decided to test it worldwide. And we were pleasantly surprised that we saw fantastic marketability and good retention rate, 45 day 1 and 15 day 7 on tier 2, tier 3 countries. Finally, once again, by making plenty of A/B tests, by iterating the product, we managed to increase retention day 1 to 60. Just imagine, and it's still hyper-casual game. And now it's about 400 million downloads and about $30 million of ads revenue. And what about United States? Funny moment, there are only 4 million installs from United States from this game. It's about 1%. And once again, several publishers refused to publish this game, maybe because of lack of trust to partner, lack of trust to the genre, to the game. And I will speak about a little bit later how it is important, to be on the same page with the developer, because being on the same page with your partner allows you finally to create really big titles and really successful titles. I want to speak a little bit about benchmarks. Of course, everyone knows about them. It's a widespread topic. It is about how we see it. So we have such called top results, average, and what is interesting, flexible results. We do publish game with flexible CPI till $1. It is still hyper casual. I will tell you a little bit later about game with $4 CPI and still hyper casual and still profitable. What is interesting is how we work. We test both CPI and day 1, day 3. And this approach allows us to take attentively ideation process and the process of working with developer, of finding new developers, and so on. So what about benchmarks? I suppose that we'll not spend time on it. Our test budget is $300. We test mostly on Facebook, and yeah, as I told you, our main aim is to receive good retention. If you speak about long revenues, if you speak about long run, it's extremely important right now to have strong core gameplay, and even 5 levels, even 5-10 levels with strong core gameplay allows you to get such retention rate. And it will be more easier for you to scale the game in very long run. So what about the main topic? I believe that you should first become friends, then partners. Once again, it's about mutual trust, being on the same page, and understand that you both your aims are the same as developer. And I want to tell you how it works. For example, we have a studio, our partner studio, Tinkle's Games. We made with them several games, and one of the first games we launched was Perfect Salon Games. It was small but charming title, and we spent a lot of efforts to iterate the game because it was already profitable, but we found that it's not very reasonable to spend so many efforts of such talented studio to continue iterating the game. And we finally started step by step help our partners scale the studio. Not investment, but just we decided to support them with some financial risks coverage, and our partner grew. And finally, the very first title we made with this expanded team was Hitmaster game. Right now it is a good title with more than 80 million installs for only 8 months. So I really like this story because we found common ground with partner. We both decided that we can't afford spending time on iterating old title, but we have to start making something new. And right now, if we speak about loan revenues, even if we stop the traffic right now, this game will be profitable for next 6 months at least. Because as I told you, we are scaling games with very long investment, return of investment. I mean day 180. And it's once again, it's about myth that hyper-casual has no long LTV, but you will be pleasantly surprised that if you have good retention day 7, at least 15 or 20%, your LTV from day 7 till day 180 can be doubled. And I know that many publishers several months ago didn't practice it, but we do it for a very long time, which allows us to work with flexible KPI and make really outstanding games. One more case, our partner Flexus, very funny title, very funny name of the studio. It was several years ago. Our partner showed me a game. It was a very raw prototype, and I told him, it is brilliant, just continue making it, it is brilliant. And I forgot about it, and in several months he returned, and showed me this game, and it was crazy. I really fell in love. Still, it is one of the best games as for me. And once again, the same story. We were iterating the game. We spent all the potential of the studio on iterating, and making it deeper. But we stopped making something new. And we insist on scaling the studio of partner. We help them with financial risks coverage. And once again, in several months, we made really cool game, Mow My Lawn. It is still in top, at least I know that at least at Android, it is in top 3, it is in top United States games, top 3 games. And you can see it's pretty cool. Yeah, once again, if someone don't know how hyper-casual looks like, this video maybe... For some it is weird, for some no, but what I like about the genre is that we give relaxing and healing effect to our users. It is a fantastic thing because, and what is more important, why we are focusing on really strong retention rate, although hyper-casual is about flexible attitude, is usually about very low CPI and low retention rate as well. But we prefer to make deep games, even in hyper-casual, because our users are the best users, I believe, because they are very deep in the process. They like action response. Hyper-casual is about action response. Every action has immediate response. And our users don't like wait for something. They want to play, to receive this experience, to receive this relaxing and healing effect. And you see the technology has grown a lot because the shader of this grass is perfect. I don't know, this video doesn't give you this effect, but you can download the game, once again, Mow My Lawn, just for yourself. Take a look at this shader, it's awesome. The technology grows and the genre becoming deeper. And yeah, once again, it is the most popular genre in the world right now. And we see very huge competition in the market. every several months we see a new player, a new big player, I mean publisher with fantastic potential. A lot of studios becoming creating hyper casual. So it's very interesting time to live and to work with this genre. And some people say that it will transform to hybrid casual or to something like that, but I don't believe in it. I have been hearing for it for 2 years that it will probably transform to any new form. Hyper casual will die. No, I really believe that it is low entry threshold games for the widest audience in the world. Our players don't even know, I believe they don't even know sometimes that they play. So for them, it's about relaxing and healing effect. They don't consider themselves as players. And because once again, we don't care about what is the profession of our player, age, because even users who haven't ever played a game, they saw ads and they like it, they install the game and they're becoming our user. So it's very interesting thing. One more cool case, ChainCube. It is about, once again, it is about loan relations, it is about loan revenue, it is about non-trivial case. This game was tested with several publishers as well. It had more than $1 CPI, retention rate 39, poor rating, and so on. So there were no publisher who wanted to publish this game. But we saw reasons for iterations. We found this process meditative. The gameplay was variable. And once again, good action response feel. So we gave it a shot, and iteration roadmap was crazy. It was about 6 months. You know, it was about when passion meets business. It was crazy journey. We were working on game feel, on overall logic, visuals, monetization, retention, rating, and we were changing the forms. We were changing how these cubes interact with each other. And finally, we managed to, increase metrics maybe almost twice. And what is most interesting about this game, that it has CPI on ads networks from $1 to $4. Hyper casual title with $4 CPI and still profitable. As I showed you, it has about 30 million installs, but it is about $25 million of ad revenue, and it is about hyper casual. So the genre is deeper as you think, and it's not always about very low CPI. The CPI can be extremely high if you have very good LTV, if you have good retention rates, so why not? And once again, it was about mutual trust, it was about our belief in the product, it was about the belief of our partner in the product, and we see that it is the best competitive advantage to, when you have this passion, to games, and we do have this passion, and our partners. So, one more important thing about the industry is what I call hyper-casual investment approach, because it sounds good, it sounds reasonable, being on the same page and so on, but it's very difficult for indie developers to grow the studio because hyper-casual developers are classical product business and they have always troubles with cash flow. And I want to tell you a little bit about the financial models we practice and financial models in the industry. So the most important thing is payment for prototype, how the prototypes are created. Developer, studio or indie developer start making game. It took about 2-3 weeks to create a prototype, and the reasonable question where he should take money just to live. And there is a model called payment per prototype, when publisher provides some financial risks coverage and still give revenue share, give royalties just within publishing agreement, and sometimes these payments are deducted from future revenue share, sometimes not, but it's not important. The most important thing is that there is a model called pay to prototype. There is a model called burning rate coverage, when publisher covers the whole burning rate of the team. Sometimes the sum goes crazy. It can be from $20,000 till $100,000 per month. Just imagine hyper-casual studio, but with burning rate about $100,000. And this market of merchant acquisition and hyper-casual is becoming deeper as well. We find this direction very interesting one, and we started investments in our partners, just classical investments. We cash in, cash out, we bought shares, and we continue creating games together. And I really believe that this genre and this model will be okay next several years, because once again, the genre is perfect, and the partners who make hyper casual are perfect. So actually, I see that we have not enough time to continue, but I will be glad to answer all your questions. It can be in Russian as well. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can always find me. You can find me today at the conference. I will tell you how we work, what our KPI, what we are looking for, because once again, we work with many type of projects, hyper-casual, mid-core puzzles, we have successful hidden object games, and so on. So, thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I can already see we have one question.
Привет, у меня такой вопрос насчет игры 2048. Вы сказали, что у него 29 миллионов установок, правда, да? Доходов всего лишь 25 миллионов, при CPI больше, чем $1 на слайде было. И как это объясняется, и почему игра считается?
Спасибо за вопрос. Огромный LTV и очень хороший плейтайм, хороший долгосрочный ретеншн.
Еще вот вы говорили то, что у него было больше 50 апдейтов, и при каждом из них как вы решали, что нужно еще пробовать, еще итерации, и вы тестируете только CPI?
Are you only testing CPI or you do other testing? A/B testing is only product A/B test. We have been testing not only A/B versions and only core features that indeed make an impact on the gameplay, on the game feeling, but we were observing constant growth. If you see the growth, you keep expanding the product. That was more of a sports interest. But the sports interest led to the fact that it's one of their top grossing projects with a top income. Many are trying to reconsider the concept of 2048. Some do it successfully, some not, mainly because of marketability, because it's really hard to surprise players these days with this sort of mechanics. We need to reinvent the wheel. But here the stars crossed and we've been able to bring up a truly exciting product. Thank you. Any more questions?
Sergey,
hi there. Can you please tell about the success? What's your secret to success? What's the secret of your success? You're on top not for a month, not for 2, not for 3. So many are wondering, how come? Thank you for the question. Well, success is always a pleasure. It's hard to hear. We love the games. We do love the games. And we're giving a chance to practically everyone. We're often saying yes to the weirdest ideas. And more often than not, that brings good feedback, a good bang for the buck. We're trying to build a company that is very friendly, very developer-friendly, partner-friendly. We are very approachable. The developers are arriving to our offices. We have our partner in here. He came from the Netherlands to our office, to the conference. We have launched a number of titles with them. And it's about warmth. It's about being forthcoming to people. And it's about passion to the product, passion to what we are doing. We just love what we do. We have a beautiful team of experts. We have beautiful partners. And that's the secret. It's not much of a secret. Thank you for the question.
Еще один-два вопроса можем.
A couple of more questions that we can afford to ask.
Сергей, добрый день.
Sergey, hi there.
Спасибо за
Thank you
потрясающую
for
речь,
this
очень интересный
very
доклад.
inspirational
Хотелось
presentation.
уточнить вот на примере Mow My Lawn. Значит,
If we go to the
продакшн сильно
example of
вырос
Mow My
по
Lawn,
качеству. Значит
much
ли это,
better
что
production
время
value.
разработки
Does that mean
прототипа
that
тоже
the
увеличивается?
prototyping time is
Как
also
вы это видите?
longer for hyper casual?
Спасибо за вопрос.
Do you
Нет,
see
время
that?
примерно остается
No, the
тем же,
prototyping period, the iteration period is pretty much the same. It's just technologies augment. Technologies get better, and as a result, the mechanics are advancing, the storytelling is advancing, the aesthetics is becoming more refined.
Что такое игровая механика? И вот, в принципе, да, все эти вещи
And
растут,
these things
подтягивают
are
друг
just
друга.
getting better.
Технологии
One
выросли.
thing
Ну, то есть
leads to the
банально,
other.
эта игра появилась только
This
потому,
game
что
came to
разработчик
be just
написал
because the
офигенный
developer
шейдер.
wrote an amazing
Было много
shader.
вариаций.
There were
Ну,
a number of
по большому
variations,
счету, время
but
осталось примерно тем же, потому что
pretty
те
much
же
it takes the same
плюс-минус
time now
правила
because
жанра,
the genre-related
тот же action
rules,
response,
the same action
и,
response,
в принципе, иногда даже быстрее, наоборот.
is sometimes
Технология
even-
позволяет делать сейчас
I mean,
прототипы
sometimes
быстрее.
technologies
Вот.
today
Но да,
help us to make the
это
prototypes
очень
even
растет.
faster.
И заметно, как
But
увеличивается качество продакшна.
We see significant
Ну и давайте,
growth
наверное,
of production
последний вопрос,
quality,
только
production
очень
value.
коротко.
Okay, maybe
Кто
the
поднял
last
здесь руку?
questions, but very shortly. Somebody was raising a hand. I have a long question, damn it. Hi there. Question about the partnership models that you have. What's the advantage of the model compared to tenders, competitions that publisher hosts for indie developers? I mean, is it fruitful? Does it bring value to work in long-term, financially supported students instead of hosting a large tender and just give release windows to the winners?
Большой конкурс дает большую
A
воронку
big
проектов и
competition is a big
партнеров,
funnel of projects
но
and
не
partners,
всегда
by all
это
means, but
про
not always this
хорошее
is about
качество,
good
в принципе,
quality.
продакшена.
It's
Поэтому
not always
чаще
about
всего
high
наоборот.
production value. No.
Ну, в чем
It's
смысл?
not about high production
Действительно, там
quality. No.
талантливый
The
разработчик
point is that talented
очень
developer
редко
rarely
будет участвовать
can
в каких-то
participate
конкурсах. То
in
есть
a
это
competition
прекрасная
like that.
инди-история,
I
чтобы
mean, it's a
искать
beautiful
таланты.
indie
Мы
story,
этим тоже
talent
занимаемся,
scouting.
устраиваем
We're doing
хакатоны.
that. We're doing
Ну,
hackathons.
это больше,
But
да, чтобы расширить воронку,
more often than not,
там,
we mean to broaden our
посмотреть
funnel.
какие-то идеи, новые
We want to see
технологии.
new ideas,
Но мы
test
тоже
new
практикуем.
technologies, but
Приходится на
we
этом рынке из-за
do
увеличения
apply this
конкуренции
sort of
практиковать
things.
разные модели.
It's a
Вот,
very
да,
competitive
в том
market. You need to
числе,
apply different
в
models,
том числе
including
хакатоны и
hackathons
те модели, о которых я
and the
говорил во
models
время
that I
доклада.
mentioned earlier.
Отлично, спасибо большое. Так как мы
Brilliant, thank you.
начинали на английском и продолжали,
Since
то
we began
закончить,
speaking in
наверное, тоже
English,
хотелось бы на
probably we
английском.
should conclude in English as
Serge,
well.
thank you very much. We've been waiting for you to
Serge,
join us for a long time. Finally,
Долго ждали,
we are
наконец-то
so
до нас
happy to have you
доехал.
here. Thank you so
Спасибо
much. It
тебе.
was very interesting and
Классно
insightful.
было.
Please have a round of
Очень
applause
интересно, очень
for Azur
поздравляю.
Games.
Давайте поприветствуем Сергея.
And I have a present for